Hi, today we're going to discuss some myths about being bilingual in relation to having speech delays. My name is Patricia Ruiz, and I'm a bilingual speech language pathologist at Miami Speech Institute. I would like to discuss some of the myths that most parents have here in Miami about bilingualism and speech delays. So, let's start from the beginning. What is normal? It is normal for kids to acquire language from the years of 2 to 4 years old. A bilingual kid might and sometimes can possibly acquire the language at a slower rate than a monolingual child. However, the rate of the acquired language is not a big deal. Monolingual children may acquire words faster due to the fact that there's only one language. However, bilingual kids have a faster rate of transferring language from one situation to another. They also know double the vocabulary words because they know it in Spanish, if it's Spanish and English in relation to being bilingual. They also know the words in both languages, and they can also distinguish which language to speak to which parent. Some of the recommendations for bilingual kids is as follows. You should continue to speak both languages in the home. There is not really good evidence that states that you should only speak one language at the home. A lot of research suggests that that shouldn't be the case. However, the parent that does speak the other language should continue to speak to the child in that only language. Therefore, example, if the mom speaks Spanish and the father speaks English, then the mom should always speak Spanish to the child and the father should always speak English to the child. Both languages can be spoken in the house, and that's okay, but switching between languages from parent to parent is not recommended. Another thing that a lot of us see as with bilingual kids is that they use code switching. Code switching is pretty much like using Spanglish. You fill in the word in a different language in the language you're speaking. So for example, this is attributed to two reasons. You either A, can't find the word in the language that you're speaking, or B, you want to use the language, a different word in a different language because it expresses what you're trying to say in a better format. Code switching is normal, and we consider that not to be a speech and language delay. It's just a natural occurring phenomenon between kids that are bilingual. I mean, we all do it here in Miami. We call it Spanglish, and it's an accepted kind of way of speaking. So that does not account for being speech delayed. Is it normal for bilingual kids to experience speech delays? Bilingual kids can experience speech delays just like any other kid. Just because your child is bilingual does not mean that they're going to have speech delays. And just because he is bilingual doesn't mean that you're going to ignore that he has speech delays. So there is a distinction between having a speech delay and being bilingual. So you could be bilingual and not have acquired a certain amount of words. That is called the speech delay. If you don't express yourself correctly with the counted words that you should say by a certain age, then it's attributed to having a speech delay. Being bilingual doesn't make you speak less. It might make you acquire the words at a slower rate, but the rate is not that much slower to qualify you as having a speech delay. So what is normal for a bilingual child? Bilingual child usually acquire the same amount of words, except they acquire the words in two formats, in two different languages. They're usually able to be more cognitively adapt to switching in languages, which has been proven that most kids that can switch from language to language have a better cognition abilities for certain things in their adult life. So bilingual kids actually can develop a better skill, which is being able to switch from word to word in different languages. They also know double the amount of words. They also know double the amount of grammar that they need to express themselves. So being bilingual is definitely a plus, and we should not make the kids speak only one language in the house. It's definitely not recommended. We don't encourage it. What we do encourage is to keep the languages separate if mom and dad speak separate languages to the child. What is not normal for bilingual kids? Bilingual kids should not have a deficit in vocabulary words. I mean, they should say the same amount of utterances. 2-year-olds should put two words together, whether they are bilingual or not. They should put two words together. Now, if the child puts two words together and one word is in one language and the other word is in another language, that's considered within normal limits. They're still putting two words together. Here at Miami Speech Institute, we would like to ask you to share our video, join us, call us, and subscribe. Talk to your friends and family and doctors. If you guys have any questions about bilingualism or speech delays, we would be glad to help you. Thank you for watching.